Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. This is the recap for the 22nd of November, 2018. Getting right into it, the current character challenge is Arkham Knight Catwoman, and that's for 1 week. The required characters are Green Lantern, Nightwing, and Joker, and that's bronze, and silver, so that's pretty reasonable if you're looking to complete this, even if you're relatively early in your Injustice experience, which is always good to see.
Yeah, based on our history, I've always felt like the challenge character was the way in to really make quick advances for guys who are starting out.
That's definitely what it was for us. It was an easy way to get a gold character pretty early off the bat without having to put too much time into it and while still earning money. And Arkham Knight Catwoman is one of the best damage over time cards because her damage over time doesn't rinse. It's a decent counter to the Astro Harness because they'll just start bleeding again after the invulnerability wears off. And we also got a video from when she was first released showing just how good her damage over time is, which we will link in the description. But overall, just a fun character, and it's always cool when there's a passive that lets you kind of restructure the way that you play.
Yeah, and just to comment on that other video, right? Arkham Origins Batman, the boss Arkham Origins Batman used to be such a great punching bag for putting for trying out new characters because he'd have a lot of health, and especially for a damage over time character because they wouldn't be able to tag out. Like, it's only one guy, right? So they really get a sense of how much damage she can do. So this week's multiplayer reward, Arkham Origins Deadshot. And I believe this is his 3rd time, so after this season, we should be seeing a lot more legitimate Elite 7s, and I would normally be saying Elite 8 for other characters, but since he hasn't had a breakthrough yet... no, because 3 seasons, you're talking about 3 each, right?
Oh, sorry, I was just jumping up like to, all the way up. I went too fast, you're right. After 3 seasons, it wouldn't be Elite 8.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I don't think he's going to have a season for a while because there's just a number of cards that just have never, since Breakthrough has started, have never had a breakthrough season. Or even when people talk about the hidden breakthrough, where when they're not named, they can still get through.
Yeah,
that has not been the case for Deadshot. And I have to admit that I haven't played him much because of this, because a combination of no breakthroughs, but also because he's only had 2 previous seasons before. But he's definitely going to be a more interesting option now, because so he's got more than one part to his passive. The intermittent power drain when he's off screen, it's probably not enough to make a difference unless you're running a power dampening team too, because the amount of power drain is so small. But the area effect might be a little bit of fun. But I remember that when we first tried him out as a sneak preview, the amount of area effect was so small that it also didn't make enough of a difference. So maybe, well, I think as a specialist, with the Tanty Totem loadout, might make it interesting because he'll be able to do it a bunch of times and do a lot of splash damage.
Yeah, for sure. In the store, we have the Nth Metal Pack for 400 pieces still there, kind of.
That's like a tease
at this point. Yeah. Not much point in keeping it up. It's been difficult to, scrounge up the cash to purchase it, and even when you do, it's disappointing. So just looking at it isn't a positive experience.
Right, without Phantom Zone, and even with Phantom Zone, a complete run at the highest level, you're still only getting enough for half a pack.
Yeah.
Typically, yeah. That sucks.
Yeah, we also have the Survivor Pack for 585k. That comes with Animated Harley Quinn, Animated Batman Beyond, and Teen Titans Cyborg. And we generally like the targeted team packs. Think they're some of the best packs, especially for players starting out. But this one's expensive considering 2 of the cards are available in the store to buy directly, and 585k isn't even that much as far as savings go. Animated Batman Beyond is a good card though, even if his passive doesn't last long enough to be too useful, so it's not bad overall. It's worth it if you got a ton of cash to burn, but if you want a one solid team, and you want to be able to know that like the amount of money that you're putting in is leading directly to you getting this team elited up. But if you have that much cash to burn,
I would save it for a different pack, right?
Yeah.
If anything, I would wait for it, because there've been a number of different Survivor packs. They all call them all Survivor packs, and they were originally options that Warner Brothers had set up for people to vote on and say, okay, so Survivor is this new mode that we've got. Which do you vote as being the best pack? And as a whole, I haven't been impressed by any of them. They tend to be a little bit expensive. The mix doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Yeah. And Yeah, I think definitely I'd still go wait for the Red Sun pack, or the not the 3-card Arkham pack, but the one that's got Arkham Knight Batman in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. The Godfall Superman challenge pack is back with a whopping 6.16% chance to get him for 50,000 more than the regular 150,000 power credit challenge pack, and this is our same way of saying it's not worth it.
Yeah, this
just by the regular challenge pack.
Yeah, you're basically only getting 75% as many packs, right? Because for
Yeah.
every 3 packs you open, you would have been able to open 4 normally. So you're only getting 75% as many packs, and you're only getting a slightly increased chance to get one character. And for that, you're trading off your chance to get other characters. So
He's not even the best character in the deck.
The value of selling it back, I haven't done the math on this, but it just, from a gut reaction, the value of selling it back would probably actually be able to compensate for that extra cost, right? For buying that extra pack.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And the other pack that's in store, the TV pack, the cash pack, for $18.99, and like most cash packs, I don't think it's worth it. Mm-hmm. But having Reverse Flash and MetaHuman Flash makes it really interesting because they're both currently multiplayer exclusives. So as long as you remember that they're not going to be unlocked in your store, and that you'd have to pay again if you want more promotions, I guess as long as you know what you're in for, it's not a bad way to support the devs. And as far as cash packs goes, this is one of the ones that gets closest to being almost worth it.
Yeah.
Survivor's still broken on Android, still only giving out Suicide Squad companion gears, and it is currently saying that it'll give you League of Assassins gear until the 5th of December, but it's lying.
Moving on to the current glitches, just remember that every working glitch is explained as in a video as part of the playlist that you can reach by clicking the I in the top right corner of this video. We're Android only, so we're only able to confirm these glitches for Android, and that means that if you're on iOS and you see a question from an iOS user asking for help in the comments, please consider helping out, because we're not going to be able to do it, or at least we're not going to be able to do a very good job of it.
Right.
As far as glitches go, the glitch for getting repeated past multiplayer season rewards is still working. There are definitely adverse effects, including bleeding between accounts that can screw up breakthrough promotions and gears, which means that you should not only have a backup before you try it, but also pay attention to your collection so you'll know when you should restore it. So this is a glitch that you are not going to want to just kind of abuse freely and then, check in on your account every once in a while. You want to check your account every time you do this, and to that end, you probably want to, not spend too long all at once, doing this glitch over and over again before looking back, because you might end up having to restore a backup. So this is definitely a glitch that you not only need a backup because you're almost definitely going to screw something up eventually, but you need a backup, and you need to be diligent about using that backup if necessary.
Yeah. And this is at this point the only main glitch for getting power credits and gears really fast. So the glitch to get them early, the season rewards early, is also still working, confirmed on the current Arkham Origins Deadshot season, and it's it's still useful to avoid some of the grind that's needed to stay ranked for an entire season, but you can only do it once, and despite other reports, we have not been able to combine it with the glitch to get previous season rewards. And so yeah, I still think the best thing with these 2 glitches that we've just talked about, maybe prioritize the multiple previous seasons rewards, because if you get it early, there's a good chance you won't be able to get it repeatedly. But if you wait until the end of the season, then you might actually be able to get repeated copies of Arkham Origins Deadshot. So, glitch for Phantom Zone has been patched. So even if Phantom Zone were back, which it's not, there isn't any way to bypass the multi-year, and not multi-month, not multi-week, but multi-year grind if you want the metal cards maxed out. Breakthrough glitch to let you play it repeatedly, still working, and we've cut and pasted into the description comment from a viewer with a potential solution if you're having trouble getting the extra breakthroughs. We can't confirm whether it works because we're not having trouble getting the extra breakthroughs.
Both challenge reset methods are working, both the one that requires Google Play Cloud Save and the one that doesn't. We confirmed that on Arkham Knight Catwoman, and even though it might seem like more of a hassle to do the one that requires a cloud save, it's the better one to do. I mean, we just spent time talking about how the most useful glitch currently, I would say, the multiple season reward glitch really needs you to have a backup. This is a great way to add that little extra touch of safety in another backup. Backups are just, always important, but whenever there's something like this glitch where it's even more important to have a backup, it's really worth the extra work to make sure that you have the least chance of losing your account data, because the only thing that is like really not worth doing is losing everything. And
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's two big dangers, right? And one we avoid in general by just not doing the kind of glitches that put you at risk for suspension, right? Because getting your account banned or suspended is probably the worst thing. But then losing all your content is maybe the next worst thing, but it's a really close second. And that, at least, you have some control over by creating a backup.
Yeah.
All right, so the airplane mode / refund glitch still working, good for both packs with random drops, also known as loot boxes, and last laugh tickets, as long as you do not require an internet connection when you actually get the prize. So, for example, it's not good for Phantom Zone, although some people have said that it's worked for them. It hasn't for us, because when the Phantom Zone is around, which it's not now, you need to be online, you need to be connected to the server in order to actually get the last reward, which is potentially the metal card.
So time shifting still works in Android for unlimited survivor play and energy recharges. As always, return your countdown clock back to normal before you finish. And the free energy without having to watch a video still works. We've been getting the button ungrayed out intermittently, and we don't need to watch the video when we do. This isn't as good as it used to be, for us at least, but it's good finally to be able to say that we can use it again, because, I mean, it's so long ago. It was a real bad goof 'em up to like
I know.
to like break it on purpose,
intentionally break it so we could see. Yeah.
So we're like, oh, we'll bust it and then we'll fix it, because we can fix stuff, and then we never did. So I guess that's what can be said of hubris.
Yes. Promotion glitch, the one where you can promote characters that are still locked and use power credits to do it. It's still on the list, not because we've been able to do it. It actually has not had the right conditions still since 2.14, and we will remove it from the list once the conditions are correct and we have confirmed that it actually doesn't work. Right now, you can't confirm it doesn't work if the conditions aren't there to actually try it.
Or, I mean, once we stop hemming and hawing about it.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. We'll see.
One day.
To finish up, we're done talking about Injustice. Let's talk about us. We have a Patreon. And if you want to support what we do with more than just reviews, you wanna give us some couple bucks, you can click on our avatar at the bottom right corner at the end of the video, or go to patreon.com/bdckr, or I guess find us in real life and throw money at us. But
since you don't know who we are, you'd have to throw it at random people.
Yeah, please don't do the last one. Actually, if you want to throw money at random people, that would be kind of cool too.
Just not coins, not big rolls of coins.
It probably, I'm gonna say it's likely that money will not get back to us. But I mean, that would actually be pretty cool. I'd like to see that. Yeah, in our name.
Yeah, so a big thank you to the people who are already supporting us on Patreon. Thank you to Console Peasant, Eddie G, and Edwin Felix, who are continuing to support us at the top tier Last Word. iProfit, who's continuing to support us at the Your Message Here tier, and Sean Farrell and Daniel Simonson, who are supporting us on the credited level. And also Chris Wolf and Laszlo Georgiades, who are supporting us at the, what's the name of that level?
Gratitude tier, I think.
Gratitude, because we are grateful.
Yeah. So thank you guys all so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Komoda.